So welcome back to another episode of GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk. This is yours truly, His Excellency Dakar. And tonight we're going to be interviewing none other than Reverend Dr. Robert Spicer.
Yay!
So look forward to the interview. And without any further ado, none other than the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, JD Chaplain, who is the founder of all of our shows and the founder of GODSU. So please take us away.
And I am so pleased. One of our favorite alum is on today as our today's man of God, unleashing legacy successfully. Okay, whoop, man of God. So you are a mogul, sir. We're so excited to have with us Reverend Dr. Robert Spicer, Sr. He is the CEO of Restorative Strategies, LLC. Their mission is to train and coach organizations and teams on the power of restorative justice, which is justice that heals. And right now in these United States, in at least 70 countries in the world, you've seen people out on the streets because they have not had justice that heals. And this is his ministry. Restorative Strategies has changed hundreds of educators and community members across the nation, and he focuses his work on dismantling the school to prison pipeline. In other words, institutional incarceration. That's what he's preventing. And so right now with what's going on with Mr. George Floyd, God rest his soul, and may he rest in peace, it's really brought this particular GODSU alum to the forefront. And that is why it's so important that we invite him on today. In 2015, Restorative Strategies worked with the Obama administration on their program, Rethink Discipline, which convened school districts across the nation to discuss ways to dismantle the school to prison pipeline. Dr. Spicer continues to work with school districts and currently works to create safe spaces to build community and build trust. Dr. Spicer is currently building a construct called aspirational justice to focus on race relations in America and globally. He is an alum of GODSU. He's also a professor of GODSU. He will be teaching with yours truly the Christian chaplaincy, which starts in July. So we need you to rush and make sure you register so you can hear from this great man of God. So without further ado, we have here with us Reverend Dr. Robert Spicer. So how are you today, man of God?
I'm great, and thank you so much to both of you. I've watched your shows, and I've seen just the incredible things. I know your daughter's also been a co-host. So I just love what you guys are doing to highlight what alumni are doing across the nation and the world.
Excellent, excellent. And you know, as you talk about what we're doing, we want to have some questions about what you're doing. So what has been the key to your journey to success? You're extremely successful. You are in a very important part of the world, Chi-Town right now. There are books, movies, everything talking about this legendary city. Tell us what's been your journey to success, Reverend Doctor.
The main journey, or how we reached the point of success, is we're not there yet. We're still working. We're still striving to be better every day and continuing to add value, something that I learned from you and from your family and the things that you do. And just being very conscious about our customers and wanting to know how we can help them. Most of our customers work in the school realm. Some of them are police officers, some of them are pastors, some of them are community members, parents, young people. And so I'm relentless in wanting to know what is it that we can do to help you during these times, even in the times before COVID, even in the times before our dear brother George Floyd lost his life senselessly in Minneapolis. I've always been focused on the customer, and I've always been focused on what can I do to help you, and wanting to get to know them. So I think the success or the secret sauce has been those two things. And of course, marketing. which you guys know very well. It's so important that we get the word out, that people know what we're doing. And so help that we get through platforms like GODSU, like this icon piece that we're doing, this Mogul piece, as well as other opportunities to market so that people know that there are men and women out here that are focused on peace and social justice. And so that's my mission, that's my goal as we walk this journey.
Excellent. And you did mention a few of your initiatives. Are there other initiatives that you'd like to introduce to the audience at this time? Because we want to be able to help you and to direct people to you. Now is the time. I am so tired of seeing, oh, this person is giving 100 million towards social injustice. This person, that person. I've never gotten a penny, and I do this all day long. So we want them to find you. So tell us some of the initiatives that you're doing right now as a leader that would attract folks to support what you're doing financially.
So our work is focused specifically on working with schools and school districts, but we've also expanded it now to really do coaching and doing support for everybody because of the healing that needs to happen in our nation. The aspirational justice piece is a construct that I'm working on, which focuses on 4 areas. And the support that I would need to help would be to build those areas out. One of them is truth telling, and having you know, a model that's focused specifically on what our brothers and sisters in South Africa did with the truth and reconciliation process as they were moving from apartheid to the new South Africa, creating new symbols in our nation, and of course tearing down the old, which is what we're seeing that's happening right now. Process of building institutions that are going to be focused on the healing and restoration of African Americans here in America. And then finally, the tangible, where we're focusing specifically on reparations, not only financially, but spiritually.
Yes.
Because the nation has raped so many of us of our well-being, of our mental health, our emotional health. So how do we repair that? America has never had a good relationship with African Americans. Has never had a good relationship ever since 1619. So that's why restorative justice doesn't really apply when we're talking about the American government to the African American. And that's why we're creating aspirational justice. There's a whole new construct. I'm so excited about it. In the process of getting it trademarked and you know, protected so that when I go out, you know, people can respect the brand and respect that it comes out of the work that we've been doing over these years. And then of course, making sure that this is something that is connected to our young people. So we're also creating a curriculum that will move through middle school, well, elementary, middle, and high school, so that young people can begin to create these new symbols, begin to think about these new institutions that we want to create in our nation that are going to be focused on healing and restoration. And then finally, the tangible. When we receive that money, you know, how do we use that money? What are the steps that we can get educationally to know how to deal with money? Because the public school system does not teach us how to manage money. And then we get out here in this world and we don't do right with the money. It's not our fault. So we know that there are systems and things that need to be put in place. The banking system needs to reorganize itself to be focused on the fact that it would take 248 years for us to build the same wealth that our white brothers and sisters have been able to build. And we know that that's because of structural racism. So aspirational justice is all about healing. It's right. It's right alongside restorative justice, but we can't heal someone or a relationship if we never had a good relationship in the first place. And that's why I'm very strong that we should have aspirational justice as a part of our process toward healing. And this is the time for it.
It is. And as a lawyer, I've been a lawyer for over 30 years. I'm really upset that the 13th Amendment still allows slavery. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that the 13th Amendment basically says that if you are convicted for a crime, then you can be enslaved. And a lot of these companies are using slave labor from the institutional incarceration of Black boys, Black girls, Black men, Black women who are disproportionately in the prison system to uphold their for-profit businesses. So, you know, for example, in most states, the license plate, they're made by prisoners, and it's by force. They're not willingly doing it, it's by force. And I know there are several companies, JCPenney and some other companies, that it's come out that they're using slave labor. So it seems that if you really do the history, you know, reading people like W.B. Du Bois, reading people like Diop, people like Naeem Akbar, some of the other greats, you will see that it's on purpose. That when we had to be emancipated on paper, what they did is came up with other means that would catch Black boys in particularly and Black men, because they still needed the labor done, and force them to build the railroads, force them to do the farming, force them to do the various things. So part of what we're calling for through GODSU and through that your business, your company be allowed to take part in those discussions on restorative justice and getting rid of the 13th Amendment, because that's why they need that pipeline.
Yeah.
They need that pipeline of school to prison so that they can get the bodies there just the same way as slavery. And we're saying no more. You know, that's unfair. So if anyone is listening who has a grant, anyone who's listening who has a foundation that instead of marching Black Lives Matter, want to really put some money and make it matter, please contact this great gentleman here. Please contact Reverend Dr. Spicer, who is not marching on the weekend, but he is marching every single day for these very important issues.
It's funny. It's how I met you guys, right? I was working
Absolutely.
with Dr. Salim and Mama Ivy, who was marching as well in D.C. doing this incredible work with my aunt, and they are also alumni. And that's how I met you guys. That's how we were put together, because they saw the possibility and the power of what you're doing with GODSU, and they said, you know, you're a good brother, and we need you connected with these good men and women, you know. And then it didn't hurt that you're West Indian. It didn't hurt that you're Jamaican. It didn't hurt that I'm an American, but I was born from two immigrant parents, one from Guyana, my mother, and one from Jamaica, my father. So that endeared me immediately, you know, and then I fell in love with your son, I fell in love with your husband, you know, your whole family and everything that you guys are doing. Ava DuVernay did a piece that's on Netflix right now called The 13th, which speaks directly to what you just talked about. And we also know that there are plenty of authors that have been writing about this, have been talking about this. But now people are taking they can't get enough of these books and these things that great men and women, as you just mentioned, W.E.B. Du Bois, but it's so many that have been talking about the color line. Like W. Du Bois said it. He said the problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line, and it's the problem of the color line in the 21st century. But these millennials are saying no more.
They're on top of it. Yes.
No more of this two Americas. We need one America. We need to be united. America. We need to be united. But those things that happened in the past must be reconciled. They must be healed. Yes. We must, you know, as our Native Americans talk about burying the hatchet, we need to bury that, and we need to now decide what is the new direction. So restorative justice is a part of that conversation, and aspirational justice is also something that I want to make sure is a part of that conversation, because you can't restore or repair a relationship that's never been good. So we have to create a new relationship that's going to be based on trust. That's going to be based on the notion of community building and decision making. And its focus is about how do we become a beloved community, as Dr. King talked about in his vision for America. The great leader, the great aspirational justice man himself, who aspired to make America a better place for all people, every last one of us. So I'm very excited about our white allies jumping in and being a part of this movement. But once, like you said, this thing kind of dissipates, now what? Once everybody starts going home, now what? And so these are some things that we want to give as solutions. And we want to build this thing institutionally, because when Dakar has his children, he wants to make sure that his children are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the character. But if we don't put things in their character to ensure that they're judged correctly, then they're going to be judged by the color of their skin. So we have to make sure that that whole notion of looking at skin color being used as a way to be a litmus test. So when I see Dr. Diane, I don't see this incredible chancellor of this incredible organization. I see a Black woman, and that's it, right? I don't see all the great things, because I don't want to get to know that person, because I've already devalued that person because of the color of their skin. That has to be eradicated. And the millennials and this generation now are moving to eradicate that. And we're very hopeful. I'm very hopeful for what our future is going to look like.
Excellent. And Dr. Spicer, how has your association with Global Obede Seminary University, GODSU, affected your definite purpose and your legacy.
Man, that is a, wow, I got to take a deep breath. Let me take a deep Woo.
Yes.
When I came home from the graduation,
Yes.
and I had in front of my name, doctor, and I had this university and you guys standing with me in this march that I've been on. It's given me great courage to continue to keep going and keep focused, because there are lonely days and dark days in work like this.
Yes.
And being a part of GODSU is really being a part of a family, a huge family, a nationwide global family of people that are doing incredible work. And some people you'll see on the news, some people you won't see on the news, but that doesn't stop them from doing the work, which I love about what GODSU is about. GODSU isn't about hogging up, you know, who's doing this. GODSU is about who's out here doing the work, and how do we bring all of you under the same umbrella to maybe collaborate and do the work together. You know, how do we bring these resources that Dr. Diane, you have around the UN? You know, how do we bring these resources that Cairo has? How do we bring these resources that Sudan has? How do we bring these resources that Dakar has and others? How do we bring all these resources together, pull them, and then begin to do this process of building a better tomorrow today, not waiting until tomorrow? And I think your initiative in creating GODSU also inspires me, because it gave me the impetus to see you as an African-American, you know, as an Afro-Caribbean woman, and to say, wow, you remind me so much of the many women that I was blessed to be around who raised me. And that inspiration like gave me just hope and gave me strength.
Yes.
So being an alumni of GODSU, yes, it did add value to me, even though I already was Robert Spicer, right? I already was this force of nature. I already was, you know, this guy. But having this on, walking in my different spaces and people seeing that and recognizing that, gave me a little level of importance that I might have had if I just had Robert Spicer, right? The fact that I'm a reverend gives me an importance, but the fact that you're a reverend and you also have the degree behind it really raises up that level of importance, and people will lean in to listen to you. Doesn't mean they'll always buy into what you're talking about, but it does mean that they will listen to you. And I've been able to get into doors, as Dr. Diane told me, right? She wasn't lying. She told me, she said, there are going to be doors that are going to open that wouldn't open if we didn't cross paths.
Yeah.
You're going to be put at the head of the line on certain things.
Yes,
where others, because they didn't have that, are put by. And then it doesn't devalue them. It's just the way of this world, that you will not be seen as important if you don't have certain titles and certain things connected to you. And so, you know, there was a time where I had to test it. So we were not together as much, you know. I had to, like, you know, have some time to, like, really, really see what was going on with this new title. And now being able to, you know, come as a son, you know, and an alumni, and to say everything you said, those in 2017 actually happened. And, you know, once I got in the door and then I opened my mouth, of course, it was like, for a lot of
it was a done deal. Yeah.
It was done. But the fact that that was there on your name, and you have that level of your work, and as you said, and then someone else said at the graduation, you're a subject matter expert.
Yes, you are.
Right? Don't let anybody diminish you because of the degree that you received or the way you received it, right? You're gonna write books. You're gonna do all that. Because that's who you are. But you need that extra push or that extra pat on the back to say you've achieved something incredible. Look at all the alumni and all what they achieved. And you achieved something incredible, and here, this is what we're giving you. And now go out in the world and continue to do the work that you're doing with a little extra help. So GODSU is all about giving you that extra push. You're around people, I mean, you're around some people that are amazing. Nobel Prize laureate level people.
Yes.
They haven't been recognized yet, but if they keep doing what they're doing, they will receive a Nobel Prize. That's the quality of people. And they've also been through some traumatic, difficult struggles where they should have gave up and they didn't give up. And I think that's what GODSU does. It brings people around you who are not quitters. Because, you know, if you quit, it becomes a habit. These people didn't quit. They said, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing. And even though I might have lost my job, nearly lost my life, nearly got in trouble with military or whatever, depending upon where they were, but they still did what they did anyway. Those are the people that GODSU said, you need to be under the nest. You need to be in this nest because you need that protection. You need that encouragement. You need that nourishment that only GODSU can give you. And then also the opportunities to connect you with some incredible human beings. So what GODSU has done for me is it added value to me.
Yes.
It wasn't just, I got a piece of paper, right? And I got a piece. No. It was not only that, son, Robert, because that's how you treated me ever since I've been with you. Like, even talking to me sometimes. Right?
I'm like, come on now, push and push and push. But look at the results.
I'm telling you, like a mother to a child. I know Dakar, you and Sudan and Kara benefited from your mother and father's love as an institution. But in that time, you treat everybody the same way. So you pushing us too. You telling us you're good, but you're not great yet. You got it, but you still got to do this. I'm like, but I did this. Okay, I'll do this. It's kind of like the Mamba mentality that Kobe talked about before he died. That whole notion of don't settle. And that's what I got from GODSU. Like, don't settle. Don't just sit on your laurels. You got this paper.
Excellence.
Now you sit on your laurels. No, it's time for you to go out now go into a level of greatness. And your greatness, as you shared with us, is a measure of your service. So your greatness is not how many cameras you get in front of or what newspaper you get in front of. No. Your greatness is how many people did you serve today?
That's
how many
right.
people did you touch today? How many people got the blessing of being helped by you in your work as restorative strategies or as a pastor or as a minister in your particular country? Because that's the type of people you run with. You run with some serious, incredibly important people. But you tell them the same thing too. You say,
I treat them just the same as well. Oh, you're only a minister. You should be prime minister. You should be president. You should be king. There's nothing stopping you.
And when you get there, how many people do you serve, right? So everybody's at their level, right? Everybody has their platform of who they touch. And then what GODSU says is, I'm going to, what was that saying? We were on the phone and you told me, you said, GODSU gives you takes away the megaphone where you can only talk to 50 people.
That's right.
And gives you a microphone where now you can talk to thousands of people.
That's right. Amplification of who you were already, but really needed to be coming to the stage. Reverend Dr. Robert Schweitzer, thank you so much. This has been a great, great time with you. Everyone, just as you know how I treat everyone, I want the best for everyone. I want to elevate you, promote you, and here at GODSU, if we find out there's a contract, a place for you to speak, a book for you to write, we are going to push you till you do it. Sometimes people say, oh, I couldn't stand you, Dr. Diane, but now that I've been through everything, I love you. I appreciate you.
Yep, and I was one of them. I didn't understand Dakar. I didn't understand what it was, but it took me time to realize you need somebody to push you because you will literally get complacent. And so where GODSU is going is right in respect to where the leader is going. And I just pray that you continue to grow and continue to expand this incredible university as it touches millions of lives.
Thank you so much. And you are my co-professor in about 2 weeks. So I can't wait for us to get together and start teaching the Christian chaplaincy together, and they'll get to know you more and reach out to you more. So tell everyone, how can they reach out to you, to assist you spiritually, financially, everything that you need with your restorative justice? Can you tell us how they can reach you?
And I'm telling you, I'm really excited to do this because I'm going to have my brother over here help me really shine it up. But right now, what it is at this particular point, you can reach me through my website where I have, email through that as well, www.restorativestrategies.expert. That's www.restorativestrategies.expert. And that's a great way to reach me. And my brother's going to make it shiny. It's not shiny yet, but I can't wait to put that in your hands so you can put that together.
I
don't have
look what
right.
he did to me, right? Look at our jackets. Look at our rings. You see our new rings.
Oh, I need to get me mine. I need my ring.
And look at this. Look at our pins.
Okay, I need to get y'all. You go hook me up because I need to get all of that.
Oh yeah.
He did it all. All of this, he did this. He styled and everything.
All of that. And of course, me and my wife are extremely proud about one jacket, but I know there's going to be more jackets coming our way. And as well, jackets with my son,
The company on it as well. Yeah.
So,
yes.
yeah.
There's some people who, when they come to graduation, they send 18 jackets because they're ready. Let me tell you something, especially when I have on my black jacket, if I'm in a restaurant, people used to walk up to me and ask me, can I get you some water? Not anymore. When I have on this, they're like, do you own the establishment? You see, that's the way we roll.
Yes. Yeah. And you said that. And you said it when we get the jacket. You said people are going to treat you different when you walk in the door because they're going to look at that and say, you're a part of something, right?
That's right. That's right. So thank you so much, Reverend Doctor. We appreciate you. We thank you. And we are so excited to bring on some other alum. We're going to allow all these workers of God to introduce themselves and to tell us what they're doing in one and how to reach you for your business.
Spokesperson for GODSU, Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Dakar Ajidewa Chaplain, Ambassador of Ghana to the USA. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you and the embassy?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. You know, the embassy is in Washington, D.C. on International Drive, and we are very accessible. If it's a matter of landmark, we are between Bangladesh and the Israeli embassy. So we are very easy to find. I'm taking the opportunity to welcome all of you to Ghana. If you haven't visited yet, I think you should, because we more or less sit in the center of the earth. And therefore, when the good Lord was doing the business, he was standing on Ghanaian soil. You remember last year was the year of return, where we were trying to honor all those people who left our shores involuntarily, came into this country, had to deal with a language they never heard of, and yet they mastered it enough to write books and sonnets and whatnot. They didn't have much of an education, and the education they tried to provide for themselves was nothing to write home about. But then, again, they became scientists and inventors and whatnot. And in fact, most of them have contributed to the culture of America as it is today. And therefore, we're only asking that they can visit the homes that their ancestors left, see what is available, take a decision whether they would want to get involved. But we would want them to get involved, because for us, we've always considered African Americans as brothers and sisters. So for Ghana, we consider it your home. And home is where you go and they have to take you in. So our doors are open. You might probably recall that in the course of last year, about over 200 African Americans were given Ghanaian citizenship in an open ceremony and such. We do believe that we have a little gem of a country, and we are encouraging everybody to come and put a certain kind of economic stake in it. Those people who came there earlier and made it, we didn't invite them. They just came and took what they wanted. This time, we are inviting you, and we are inviting you as kinsmen. So if the others who were not related and all that came in and made good, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot come and also make good. We need a certain kind of partnership. Whichever way we look at it, wherever we are, people see us first through our pigmentation. And I'm quite sure that that in itself is something, to stand by. And I can guarantee you that those of you who are African Americans, those of us who are Africans from wherever, we haven't significantly had an objection to being called black. Now that in itself is a binding wire. We should exploit it. Come to Ghana. I'm quite sure you will love it. And I'm quite sure that it will be good for our relationship across the pond, and also for a fair investment, for a fair return. It will be economically a wonderful exchange between African Americans and Ghanaians. Come to Ghana, you'll love it. Am I okay?
You're wonderful. It's great to see you, Ambassador.
It's good to see you. These days, this thing hanging on the necks of all of us makes it very difficult even to make a move.
I know. I miss you so much. So what we're going to do, because normally we do our residency part of our graduation with you at the Ghanaian Embassy, we're going to do it virtually. So we're excited to see you again through the phone August 14th, but know that we love you and know that we miss you, and that we will be in touch telephonically as well as video. So thank you so much for your time, Ambassador, and thank you for being a volunteer. You've been a study volunteer for GODSU for years. You've traveled with us all over the country, from all over the world, and so we appreciate you, and we love you, we honor you. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, it has been my privilege and my pleasure. Thank you very much for making that possible.
Thank you so much, Ambassador.
Thank you, Ambassador. Followed by an embassy host for GODSU, Minister Dr. Jane Adams, who's the interim DC representative for the Nigerian government to the US. Dr. Jane Adams, can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you in the embassy?
Good afternoon, and thanks so much, Dr. Diane and His Excellency Dakar, and everyone present here. It's a great opportunity to meet you and to talk to you. My name is Dr. Jane Adams. I happen to be one of the GODSU alumni, and I owe my appreciation most especially to God Almighty and to Dr. Diane, who has been a mother to us, a very wonderful person. And, sometimes in life, God guides you and brings you in contact with what we call helpers of destiny. And then Dr. Diane happens to be one of those helpers of destiny that God brought me in contact with. And I'm really grateful to God. And also Professor Odu. By his special grace, I happen to be one of the staff, one of the diplomats working in the Embassy of Nigeria, Washington, D.C. I am the acting deputy head of mission, in the diplomatic circle in the United States, the position is the position actually for an ambassador who is the second ambassador in the embassy and is referred to as the deputy chief of mission according to the diplomatic protocol. But in the absence of a nominated ambassador and who has actually retired, so I'm acting in that office as the acting deputy chief of mission. So I'm thankful for this opportunity to be a part and parcel and a family of GODSU, because we've come a long way, and I'm also thankful to God for what I have learned so much from GODSU, the spirit of oneness, the spirit of love, the spirit of understanding and reaching out, and so many things that has been able to effect a change, not just in my life, but the people around me, to reach out to people positively. That is what I have learned from GODSU. I remember the day I graduated, it was really wonderful. I wept, in my heart I wept because I didn't expect it, but it happened. And for God to bring you this far, you have to be thankful to him and to be able to reach out to people. And given the situation, I wouldn't call it situation, passing time, because I know it will soon pass, of this pandemic, it has also helped us to reach out. Each time I refer to my notes on chaplaincy, it has helped me to reach out to a lot of people, to tell them, to encourage them that it's not going to be the same. I have been able to reach out to people to encourage them that irrespective of what you're going through now, God tells us that He has the best for us. And the best for us is because it's going to bring us to an expected end. And what is that expected end? The end of hope, the end of a jubilation, that this COVID will not remain with us, but it will pass over. And for us to pray for the scientists to come up with something that will help humanity. And we're all here to serve humanity. And I tell people the same thing, just like government ambassadors. We are ambassadors of Christ because God has chosen us to serve humanity. The government has chosen us to also serve humanity. So we play as the human ambassadors, but we are spiritual ambassadors when it comes to God. So I really, really want to seize the opportunity to also thank and appreciate the family of GODSU alumni. They've been exceptional. For me, that's how I say it, because there are times in life you may not have an opportunity to meet such people who can bring you out, who can present you and make you become global. And that is what GODSU alumni has done for me. Because sometimes people may not really know who you are. I wouldn't have met all of you here if they didn't give me the opportunity. And I want everybody to be thankful and appreciated. So I'm really thankful, Mom. You've been a mother to me. God bless you. Thank you so much. And in the course of my career, it has been wonderful working as acting deputy head of mission to assist the ambassador in carrying out the activities of government. You know, the government's day-to-day activity, to be able to influence positively issues that has to do with your country and where you find yourself, that is the host community. And that's what we're doing, you know, in terms of consular activities, reaching out in terms of, although right now, given the pandemic, we've slowed down, we're actually having skeletal activities in the office. We have rotational, you know, sessions. We still have like 17% who are still working remotely from home. It hasn't actually stopped us from working. We're working remotely from our homes. We're still communicating with our government, and we're doing our best to also, for every ambassador, for every diplomat, the interest of your government is paramount in that particular state where you find yourself. Yeah. So the interest of Nigeria is paramount to us in the United States, where it's really a thing of joy that I'm able to talk to very important people here who are also my brothers and my sisters. You know, so thank you so much, Dr. Diane. Thank you, Dakar, for this opportunity you have given to me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jane Addams. And it's wonderful to see a woman sitting in the ambassadorial seat of Nigeria, even if it's as interim. And so we are so pleased that you're an alum. We're so pleased that you've opened up the Embassy of Nigeria every time that we've needed to come there as part of our graduation. So we thank you so much. And we're so excited that on August the 14th, we're going to do this again with you in the embassy. And so we thank you for your time. God bless you, and we love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Dr. Cecilia Wilson Smith. I am the founder and CEO of Strong Sisters of Strength Ministries Incorporated. And just to say just a little bit about what Sisters of Strength is about, it's an organization where we minister as much as we can to hurting young girls and as well as hurting young women. So what I do on a daily basis is just empower women to be their very best. I'm also a certified instructor, certified coach, and I spend time with people just sharing with them how money works and how to retire with dignity. You may also find me daily, Monday through Friday, on the God Success Teach and Pray. So join us anytime on YouTube on Facebook as well as Periscope. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share what I do.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Cecilia Smith will soon be Reverend Dr. Cecilia Smith, as she is advancing herself and taking courses here to GODSU. And the great news is that we do the God Success Teach and Pray Monday through Monday now. We're 7 days a week now because folks have been coming on Saturday and Sundays and waiting to hear from us, and we save lives. So we were afraid to not do it every day because sometimes people just need to hear loving people and people of prayer. And Dr. Cecilia is one of our leading prayer warriors. So we're so grateful to have her. Thank you, Dr. Cecilia.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And did you say your contact information
For your business.
Yes, how you may reach me is you may reach me on my website at sistersofstrength.us, or you may also email me at ceciliasmith83@yahoo.com, or on Facebook, on Instagram. You may also reach me on my cell, 214-923-3429. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So public relations for GODSU, we have Imam Dr. Salahuddin Muhammad, chaplain, former chaplain of New York State Department, Corrections and Supervision. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Yes, good afternoon. So happy to be with you today. I just wanted to mention to you that last time we talked, I mentioned that I was a relationship coach, and I deal with marital and premarital counseling, and actually counseling and actually coaching. And I didn't mention that I'm also an associate with Legal Shield. And I have a different email address for that. It's Salahuddin Muhammad 735@gmail.com. Same telephone number, 914-475-2605. And I think everyone needs to be protected. All our loved ones need to be protected. So Legal Shield and ID Shield helps to do that for us. And I also have a website, and it's at www.imamsalahuddin.com, and you can find me there, find out some things about me. I also have a book called Bridging the Divide Between Immigrant and African-American Muslims by utilizing the concept of Tawheed. Now, we don't use the Arabic word Tawheed, but we say God, one God, one God. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what we believe in. And it's very powerful. And again, we're working on, and this is work, believe me, working on a course of Islamic chaplaincy program for GODSU. And we hope to be bringing more people on so they could be taking that so that we can continue to expand this wonderful, beautiful family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're so excited about the Islamic chaplaincy. You've been a professor for probably 20, 30 years, if I recall right. And we're so excited to have you. You're such a blessing, and you're such a delight to us. And we love you already. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Administrative work, we have Vice Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Willis Eubanks Chaplain, CEO of Global Alliance Technical Services. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how we can get in contact with you?
Yes, I am the Chief Executive Officer of Global Alliance Technical Services, where we help get your financial house in order. We also teach IT certification, as well as I work with a group of lawyers and doctors to consult your business, develop what type of business is best for you, and help you market that. Thank you for listening to those. Thank you. The number is 800-701-0954, extension 117. Thank you.
Thank you. Helping with speaking engagements, we have our Assistant Dean, Dr. Carla Cornegay Chaplain, who is the CEO of Cornegay and Associates LLC. We have Reverend Dr. Lilithia Davis Chaplain, key advisor at Grace Design Women's Christian Organization, and the rest helped with public relations for GODSU. Assistant Dean, Dr. Grace Eni Ekpenyong, Chaplain, founder of the Janet Foundation. We have Dean Reverend Dr. Leo Pickett, our singing chaplain, CEO of Leo's Worship and Praise. His Excellency Reverend Dr. William J. Blake, Chaplain, CEO of Blake Ministries, and GODSU Professor of Theology, as well as Dean of Curriculum Development. Vice Provost, His Excellency Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Chaplain, founder of JH Global Consultancy. Dr. Alicia Eubanks Young, Chaplain, who is the Director of Hope's House. Desmond Dr. Charles Owali, Principal Consultant at Graffiti Consultants, Inc. We have with Public Relations for GODSU, Dean Reverend Dr. Anne-Marie Wilkinson, Chaplain, CEO of Shop Fashion Focus. Can you please give us a brief introduction and how you can get in contact with you?
Sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, I own a business, as I always say, it's called Shop Fashion Focus. And you can actually reach me on www.shopfashionfocus.com. It's an online business. We focus on women's apparel, accessories, such as jewelry, scarves, very unique items. I always say that my items speak for itself. I would like to specialize in any item that's unique. People like uniqueness, so that's what I look for when I shop.
Our spokesperson, Director, Her Excellency Cairo, Denise Rose Eubanks, UNCSR, CLC, CEC, Chaplain, and is CEO of Cairo Speaks. Social media consulting done by Junior Ambassador Sudan Eubanks, who is the CEO of Sudan Dolls. And we also have myself, helped with marketing for GODSU, and I am Director, His Excellency Dakar Eubanks, Chaplain, and I'm the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. You can contact us at 754-260-5157. Our website is dakarmarketingtools.com. And our email is info@dakarmarketingtools. We also do video editing, graphic design, like the one you're watching now. And without any further ado, none other than the Right Honorable, Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore-Eubanks, JD Chaplain, who is the founder of all of our shows and the founder of GODSU. So please take us away.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And we are nothing without our alum, and we build each other up. In GODSU, there's no competition. Everybody has a book, okay? So everybody's an author. So what do? We lift each other up to be better authors. We lift each other up to be better speakers. We help each other to find speaking engagements. The other schools I attended, I remember going to where I went to law school. They would actually go the night before school at Georgetown Law Center and tear out the pages to make sure that you didn't have the pages for your brief the next day. We don't do that here at GODSU. At GODSU, it's about building, it's about elevating, it's about helping each other. So I really would like to extend a special appreciation to all the GODSU leaders who we just introduced, who have volunteered many hours. We especially want to thank those who have provided the names, emails, phone numbers of referrals, those who are, who have offered and made different courses for us to teach, those who are presently teaching, are professors of courses. That reminds me of Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, who has written courses for us. GODSU is so grateful for the opportunity to add you all as workers of God to our database, as well as to register for our educational programs. As you all know, we have our upcoming wonderful graduation that's coming up on August the 13th and the 14th. On the 13th, we are making sure that we focus on giving the new students orientation, and that's going to be at night. We're doing it virtually, though. We want to respect everybody's health. But on the Friday, the 14th, we will start with a graduation that everybody in the world is invited to. Everybody can go and register at the tiny URL, and we can, you know, we may not march with our legs, but we march with our hearts. We march with encouraging each other. We march right here. This is marching right here because we are building solidarity with all of us as a community, and realizing that when we join hands together, we come with a mighty fist. So that's what we do here at GODSU. And so on the 14th, we will have our graduation, and then we're gonna have our seminar afterwards called the Empower You Conference. We're gonna have further details on all of this, and in fact, we're gonna invite you all after this, those who will be attending the graduation, the conferences, we're gonna invite you on for a private Zoom so that you are able to ask those detailed questions and get everything together. So with that said, I want to thank you all, and you can reach me for for insurance purposes. You can reach me at 1-800-701-0954 extension 119. You can reach me to help you with that. We also want to let you know that we are in the United Nations as well, our representative has been there now for 51 years. Her Excellency Queen Mother Dr. Delois Blakely. And as such, we are in charge of the Jamaica chapter. And we bring computers, we bring computer products. We also bring solar calculators, clothes, shoes, food for the young people there in Jamaica. We have 3 schools that we sponsor there. We also do leadership, global leadership through the Junior Ambassador Program. We have a course going right now. We have 40 young people, teenagers who are learning to be leaders, learning to introduce themselves, learning to speak in public, learning to write their bios, you know, learning to start and own their own businesses, learning to change that slavery mentality to wherein they're empowered, they know who they are and can walk with that boldness. Those are some of the things that we're doing. In my insurance business, we help you to build legacy. We help you to ensure that your children can be millionaires. We also help you with your annuities and your retirement. And I do that through Invita Financial Network, and I'm a senior vice president there. But more importantly, more than anything else, is that I love people, and I'm the chancellor here at Global Over Day Seminary University and provost of our seminary. So we have some more information coming afterwards. Please like, please share and subscribe. Please tell everybody to come and watch us on Wednesdays here on our Wednesday Icon Talks. Ensure you tell everybody about our God Success Teach and Pray Marketplace Ministers that we're on every morning. That is Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We don't stop anymore. We start from 7:30, okay? We don't stop. We Jamaicans, we have 20 jobs and we're keeping them all. In fact, we check the obituaries to see who died, to see if there's another job available. That's how hard we work here at GODSU. We do not stop. So with that said, please wait. We have some other words for you coming up. So don't leave us, but for now, we love you and we thank you for joining GODSU Wednesday Icon Talk with my wonderful host. Look at this guy, look the way he's dressed. Look at him. I mean, I can't go anywhere. Oh, he dressed me. Look at that. He put this jacket together. So thank you so much for our rings. Thank you so much for the emblems on our jackets. Thank you for this. Thank you for our African-American Bible that you put together with all the folks from GODSU in the Bible. You know, I'm so grateful for all these things. And this is all done by Dakar Marketing Tools, guys. Okay? He's been doing so well in business. We're so excited coming up that he's also helped us to put together our magazine. You can see here 273 pages of our students, our graduates, etc. Look at that. At the back, he's also done a directory of the hundreds and of students who are graduated in the last couple of years. You can see it here, okay? He's done all of that. You'll see all of this information. So I'm so grateful to you for putting all of this together. I'm grateful for your father to set an example for you so you know what it is to be a global worker of God. Thank you so much. And want to thank everybody for coming out. And we'll be right back here next Wednesday. Those who are graduating and those who intend to attend the ceremonies, please remember to call back in on the Zoom tonight so that we can answer any of your questions. And please stay tuned because Her Excellency Cairo has some more further information for you. Thank you.
Yes, like, subscribe, and share.
Good day. I am Her Excellency Cairo, the spokesperson for GODSU Coaching and Public Relations. The content of the program you just participated in was produced by Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU. We are a 501c3 interfaith e-learning Global Florida Department of Education Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005-06 1F in Miramar, Florida, and the suburbs of Fort Lauderdale. Our curriculum include religious programs like our theology diploma, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, as well as entrepreneurial, leadership, Christian ordination, Christian family life, Christian chaplaincy, fundamentals of interfaith studies, and love and spiritual interfaith chaplaincy, which have rolling admissions and are open for enrollment today. Our iconic and esteemed alum include Ambassador of Ghana to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Bafor A.J. Bewa, Ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Sylvanus Nusafor, billionaire builder and dean, His Excellency Dr. Michael V. Roberts, President of FraserNet, Fraser Nation and Power Networking Conference, Dean, His Excellency Dr. George Fraser. Professors include Attorney Reverend Diane Moore-Eubanks, PhD, Chancellor, Dean Michael V. Roberts, JD, PhD, Dean of Entrepreneurship Studies, Dean George Fraser, PhD, Personal Development Studies, Dean Kyra Eubanks, myself, Dean of Junior Ambassador Program, Professor Willis Eubanks, PhD, Dean of Cybersecurity Program, Professor Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Pastoral/Ordination Program, Professor Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, Professor Interfaith Program and Chaplaincy, Professor His Excellency Reverend Dr. William Blake, Theology and Curriculum Development Departments, Professor His Excellency Dakar, Ethical and Successful Marketing Techniques, Entrepreneurial Studies. I am Her Excellency Cairo Eubanks, a certified international coach, and on behalf of our Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Attorney Diane Moore-Eubanks, she's the founder, visionary, and Chancellor of Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU and its 7 pillars. I would like to thank you for choosing GODSU. Chancellor, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Attorney Diane Moore-Eubanks is the founder, visionary, and Chancellor of Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU and its 7 pillars. As Chancellor, Dr. Diane provides leadership, teaching, and strategic direction to further GODSU's global interfaith and entrepreneurial missions. After graduating in 1986 as both a magna cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa recipient from Florida State University, she completed her Juris Doctorate degree from Georgetown Law School, interned at BET, as well as served as Assistant General Counsel, Department of Navy, reporting to both the Pentagon and White House. In private law practice, she conducted over 3,600 residential and commercial real estate transactions in 3 states. Since 2009, Dr. Diane has helped over 10,000 Nigerian and Ghanaian women start small businesses. In 2016, she was ordained as a Christian pastoral minister under Bishop Christopher Cox, member of the Joint College of African American Pentecostal Bishops. In October 2019, she sponsored and co-hosted the first African Economic Panel at Florida International Trade and Cultural Expo with Broward County Mayor Honorable Dale Holness. She currently serves as the Director of Education for the UN NGO NFFI-JA in 2020 and is a 2020 fellowship recipient of the Jim Moran Nonprofit Executive Program. For over 20 years, she has been licensed in multiple states as a financial service advisor, now serving as a Senior Vice President with Invita Financial Network. If you are so inclined, please forward your biography to honors@godsu.org and call our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Moore-Eubanks, at 1-800-701-0954, extension 117, to set up your interview process. Blessings!